Palantir stock is now officially down 20% since the highs of early March. Now, if we remove that really quick, you can see that previously around $21 or so, that was a previous top here at the end of 2023, November 2023. Then, of course, earlier this year with the latest earnings report, we had that huge gap up. This is, by the way, on the daily. Right now, we are below the 20 and the 50-day moving averages, which sit at 22.64 and 22.9 for the 20. The 200-day moving one is still under 19. Now, as you can see, with regards to RSI and the stock's movement, the stock went up, but RSI went down, usually a bearish pattern, which is why that downtrend followed in the following weeks. Now, right now, what's happening with Palantir is that the stock is trying to stabilize with regards to, let's say, valuation-wise, or should I say pricing. But what's more interesting for long-term investors is how the business is doing. Because if you can buy more shares of a business that is growing faster and faster, but it becomes cheaper and cheaper, I mean, that's the best mix, right? So let's go over a couple of new announcements that were made with regards to Palantir. Let's go over a couple of posts from the great Arnie himself. Follow him on X, link will be down in the description. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, we really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to full.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. First up, let's go back to the end of 2023 when we had this announcement right here. Fujitsu and Palantir to strengthen strategic partnership to solve societal challenges and accelerate business transformation globally. Integrated Palantir's AI and data integration capabilities into Fujitsu Oven's offering. Under this partnership, Fujitsu, together with Palantir, will incorporate Palantir's AI and data integration capabilities as a key element in the data infrastructure for Fujitsu Uvance, a portfolio of global solutions that address business challenges and solve societal issues, and will begin providing services in the Japan market in the 2023 fiscal year and markets including North America, Europe, Asia Pacific in fiscal 2024. Now, this was the end of 2023. If we go now to April 15, 2024, we get this type of picture right here. AUV ASV connected system, so underwater sensors, acquires data by installing an underwater sensor on an AUV, which means autonomous underwater vehicles. So Fujitsu shaping tomorrow's underwater world with pioneering technology. So with the announcement at the end of 2023, could this be another case for Palantir's technology? Could this be another use case for Palantir? You tell me. It's pretty interesting. They say here Fujitsu is developing ocean digital twin technology to support global climate change efforts and ocean biodiversity preservation. Using AUVs and satellites, it is gathering data on marine ecosystems, including vegetation distribution, underwater structures, and marine life. This data is used to create a model that simulates environmental changes and organism growth, aiding in pre-verifying marine-related measures such as Blue Carbon Initiative. This technology allows for advanced verification of conservation measures and their effectiveness in combating global warming. Again, this is something that requires definitely a lot of data, a lot of manipulations, analyzing, so definitely could be something that Palantir solves. Up next, we've got this announcement, which was, I think, yesterday. Pacific Defense continues support of Team Palantir on the US Army's Next Generation Titan program. They say here, Pacific Defense culture is built on open collaboration with its partners and customers and is proud to continue its partnership with Palantir on the Titan program. Palantir's agreement covers the development of 10 Titan prototypes, including 5 advanced and 5 basic variants, as well as the integration of new critical technologies and the transition to fielding. Pacific Defense will design and integrate CMOS Systems Titan System Integration Lab and advanced and basic variants for deployment and test in the prototype maturation program. We previously talked about how the commercial side of things was reaccelerating already, but some analysts were thinking that the government side will be left behind. We talked about the fact that we should be expecting, that's what management already told us, that we're going to see a reacceleration with regards to the government side of things. And I think that with a couple of announcements that we've seen the last couple of months or so, that is definitely true. Now, continuing here on the announcements, Hyundai picks Palantir to help it build automated Navy ships. Now, remember a long time ago, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 years or so, there was the announcement of OceanWise, which we talked about that. We said, oh, OceanWise, Skywise, this could be the next big thing. Skywise, obviously, with regards to planes, OceanWise, with regards to boats. So when we heard this announcement, we directly all made the same link. So what is it all about? South Korean industrial giant HD Hyundai maritime arm announced on Sunday it will collaborate with controversial software developer Palantir Technologies to develop an unmanned surface vessel that can conduct the reconnaissance for the world navies. Further work on combat drone boats will come later. Previously developed USVs were difficult to operate in rough environments such as high waves and had limitations that did not meet the mission performance capabilities of manned ships. Through this agreement, the goal of both companies is to develop a differentiated model by combining accumulated autonomous navigation technology with cutting-edge defense AI. HD Hyundai called the venture a game changer in future naval warfare and positioned Palantir as a defense AI company. Quite an upgrade from the AI consultant company, right? The CEO enthused that his partnership with Palantir would pioneer this field based on the achievements and trust that both companies have built up so far. He was alluding to the previous collaborations, including a $20 million 5-year deal for the digital transformation of South Korean shipbuilders. Moving on to something that was just announced a couple of hours ago, Palantir today announced that it has been designated as an awardable vendor for the Chief Digital and AI Office's Tradewin Solution Marketplace. Two of the company's product offerings, including Palantir's AI Mission Command capability and its predictive maintenance and precision sustainment suite, have been added to the marketplace and are available to support critical missions across the Department of Defense, which of course opens up the door for more business. Moving on to a slide from an AIP demo, I believe, or presentation between Lowe's and Palantir, more specifically on the customer services side of things. So you can see this quote right here. With AIP, we can now process over 100 times more leads with the same amount of resources. This has reduced our lead processing time by over 90%. We're saving on average about $40,000 a day, which is about $14 million annually. And it's really only deployed to part of our network. Again, this is the beauty of working on a product for so long and then finding a way to release that to the public. And so right now you might be saying, okay, great announcement, but how does that help the financials? How does that help the business? Well, for that, I just want to show you one picture from Arnie. So this is what happened with the commercial revenue for Palantir over the last 3 years. It 2x'd. But then when you look at total commercial customer count, again, this is about commercial, not government. 2x in commercial revenue, while customer count has 8x'd, which means, and this is something we've talked about, I've talked about this with Emir, with Arnie, we're soon going to see the huge effect of that push. You're getting 8x more customers. These are going to be paying customers, and so that will be reflected in the financials. Of course, not each and every customer is going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars or even tens of millions of dollars, but eventually it will add up and add up quite fast. And so right now, if you purely look at just a PE or an EV to sales, you will say, okay, it is quite expensive. If you look at the analyst estimates, they're expecting around 20% growth year over year for the coming fiscal years, plus 30% growth for EPS this fiscal year, and then 20% growth for the next 2 fiscal years. In my opinion, we're going to see an acceleration in revenue growth. I think 20% is the least of what we could expect, which means that for EV to sales, that multiple, in my opinion, will come down quite fast. Of course, unless the stock continues to go up quite rapidly. Because we know this is a business with software-like margins. So the most important parts right now is, of course, 1, yes, staying profitable. But 2 is seeing revenue reaccelerate, because we know that this is a high margin business. So if revenue reaccelerate, you know you're going to get quite a lot of it that will flow to the bottom line. So That's about it for this video. In a couple of weeks, we're going to get the earnings report. Earnings call is going to be quite interesting. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.